And welcome. Good morning to the, of course, Spice Isle Dream 11 tournament here, T10 tournament. And we're getting ready to have a packed schedule this morning. And of course, we'll be featuring three matches in the day's play. Lovely drone shot we've got there. The capital, St. George's, Grenada. I'm seeing to the southernmost part of the island. That's down there at the Point Salines International Airport. It is an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous landscape that we're looking at, and the forecast for the weather today is that we're going to have fine weather. We had great fine weather yesterday, and that should continue during the course of the match. You would see a cluster of buildings, of course, right in the city, and one of the cruise ships visiting on call today. Of course, that's going to help with the tourism industry, which is so much needed, not only in Grenada, but of course in the rest of the Caribbean area. And then we are going to that Tantine Terrace area and coming right here, the National Stadium in Grenada. You can't get a cleaner, better shot than that. Adjacent to the National Cricket Stadium, of course, you've got the Karani James Athletic Stadium, and that's where we're going to pin our attention today on this very packed three matches featured today. Good morning to my co-commentator in Refill Crowley.
Good morning, Stevenson, and very good morning to your listeners, viewers, wherever you are. It's a beautiful National Stadium venue this morning as we look at the outfield in splendid condition, sun shining brightly, and it all makes for a wonderful day of cricket. As was said, 3 games today, and we are expecting team to begin to fight for positions.
Yes, there'll certainly be a tussle for supremacy, and what we're going to do now is just give you a bit of the lineup of what we can expect for today. 9:30, that's just in a few minutes' time, we'll have the Nutmeg Warriors who will be coming up against the Cinnamon Pacers. Ginger Generals will follow next, and they'll be vying against Bay Leaf Blasters. Saffron Strikers, they come up against Clove Challengers. That's the lineup that we've got today. It's going to be a long day, but I believe it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be full of T10 excitement. Now we see of course, players, they're just mulling around there a little bit, and they're getting all their paraphernalia together. And that's the Devon Smith Players Pavilion, quite rightly, Raphael, named after the most prolific run-scoring batsman in the history of West Indies cricket.
Yeah, deservedly so. He have made us proud. He have done very well, particularly in the regional tournament, having scored up to date the most runs in West Indies first-class tournament, and certainly, exhibit, a great deal of talent. Even at this point, as we look at the West Indies cricket today, and we look at opening batsmen, he still is technically looks, one of the best opening batsmen.
He's always been technically sound. There was a period, of course, in his cricketing career where he seemed to be misjudging his off-stump. In fact, I remember Glenn McGrath saying that that was one of his weaknesses, that he didn't quite seem to know where his off-stump was. But he has since worked on that quite well. And the fading days of his career is in fact here, but still believes that he has quite a bit to contribute to the development of cricket. And not just here, of course, in Grenada, but also in the region as a whole.
Yeah, still involved with the Volcanoes and the West Indies 4-day tournament, and he continues to perform. Actually had a good score yesterday in that game that they won. I think he did very well together with I think it was Kavim Hodge. They would have put on a show yesterday, and it's still being seen in terms of his ability, the quality of shots that he played, that he's still a player in the reckoning.
Oh yes, he certainly is. Not too many players, of course, can get up to age 40 and still perform very well. Just looking back at some 40-year-olds, of course, Chris Gale, who is now about 41, 42, and still playing at the highest level in terms of 2020 cricket. We go back to Clive Lloyd, who at the end of his career, he was already 40. Gordon Greenwich was just about verging on 40. And all of these players, it meant therefore that they had to have quite a great element of fitness, and they were all fit.
Yeah, there's one thing that goes for these players who who have been able to play for this length of time. One is that your technique have to be good. So you start off really having a proper technique. One could look back at Viv Richards. He's technically sound player, but because of his eyesight at the early age, he was able to do so many things. So when you begin to fade in terms of your eyesight, obviously you have to revert to your technique. And that is what's going to bring you probably an extra 2, 3, or 4 years. Having the right tech, developing the right technique first, and then as you get older, then you could go back on the technique that you have, and certainly that we have seen it with Devon Smith, even as he's getting older. Technically, you could see that he can revert and still have this going for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely shot there, overhead shot there of the National Stadium. You get an absolute beautiful panoramic view of the stadium. Nicely built, nicely orchestrated. And we're going to go across now to get the toss, and let's see who's going to be batting, who's going to be fielding.
Well, good morning again at the National Stadium, match number 14, Spice L T10 tournament. Next to me is the match commissioner, match referee, Carl Felix, captain Nutmeg Warriors, Andrew Fletcher, captain of the Cinnamon Pacers, Micah Narayan. The match referee has the coin. I'll just ask captain Nutmeg Warriors, Andrew Fletcher, the toss.
This is the coin we're going to use. This is head, this is tail, team captain. Head.
Toss is spin.
This is a head.
Head call. Micah Narayan, you won the toss today. What would be your decision?
First of all, I want to thank the Almighty for bringing us here today. We're going to have a bowl first.
Any reason why you want to bowl first?
Well, we played 4 games. We batted 3 times. We lost. We only batted once. We won. Second, we won. So we could think we're going to bat second as well today.
So you take the opportunity to bowl first.
Yeah.
In your mind, you would want to restrict them at a particular total?
Well, in this T10, anything under 100, I think is great. So I'm backing my bowlers to go out there and do the job.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Andrew Fletcher, you have lost the toss. You win the toss today. What would be your decision?
We would have had a bowl first. The reason being the wicket has a bit of moisture in it, so I would have given my bowlers a chance to see if we could have picked up early wickets.
Well, you have done well so far in terms of wins. You're probably sitting maybe in just about second position. And batting first today, what sort of total you would endeavour to put on the board that would make you feel comfortable as you come up against Cinnamon Pacers?
Anything over 100. They have a very strong batting lineup, so we would have to post a total that can actually put them under pressure, and hopefully that our bowlers can defend it.
Okay, all the best to you. Do have a great game.
All right, thanks very much.
That's it from the pitch. Micah Narayan, Cinnamon Pacers won the toss, and they have elected to field first.
So the Pacers and Nutmeg Warriors, they're going to be off for the first game this morning, and the news is that Cinnamon Pacers repelled have won the toss.
Yes, Pacers won the toss and elected to bowl, and they really would be hoping for a turnaround today. But even before we speak about that, the teams.
Nutmeg Warriors, Andrew Fletcher is the captain, of course. Akeem Alexis, Weevil Benjamin, the wicketkeeper, Darrell Cyrus, Aston Jackson, Sheldon Joseph, Donald McDonald, Keyshawn Mitchell, Alex Moses, Shondell Regis, Isaiah Simon. That's the lineup for the Nutmeg Warriors.
Cinnamon Pacers, Micah Narayan, the captain, Shion Andrew, Alec Alternas, Jamie Boddy, Tate Carmichael, Chad Charles, Bijan Embleton, he's in for his first game, Javed Hazard, Darren Hibboleth, Desmond Maloney, and Jonathan Taylor. And certainly we expect today that the Cinnamon Pacers will really look to turn things around. It have not been so much good going for them, and they having the opportunity to bowl first today will want to take advantage of the pitch this morning.
Well, the name is Cinnamon Pacers, so they will have to pace themselves very well in this particular encounter here. And when they do, of course, go out to bat after Nutmeg Warriors would post their target, whatever that target is going to be. Let's see whether they can really pace themselves very well. So we've given you, of course, the lineup. More likely than not, Andrew Fletcher and Shondell Regis. Those are the two who have been opening with some measure of success for the Warriors, and they should be out in the middle, vying as usual.
Yes, Fletcher has had some good starts. He had a score of 60 odd in very quick time, chasing. Today he will be batting first. Uh, then we also have Shondell Regis, who have been playing really some good innings, haven't been able to go on last inning that he played, but has shown some promise, and really want to be expecting that these two players is going to lead the batting. The Karen Cotoy is out today, or another key player. We have Daryl Cyrus, and he's also another good player as we look at the bowling, together with Haston Jackson. So we certainly expect today's game to be competitive. The Nutmeg Warriors will want to continue the winning way. They have only lost one game up to this point, and they will just sit in probably around in the second position, and they will want to continue the winning ways.
Yeah, the defending champion. And last year it didn't look like Raphael as though they were going to pull it off, and quite miraculously they won the tournament.
Yeah, you're right. They lost some games which they should not have lost really. And coming up to the last few games, they would have turned it on and really came on strongly to win the finals.
Yes, so they right up there and would be vying for championship honours. And as we speak, we've just sort of lost the sunshine here at the National Stadium, but not suggesting that the rains are going to come. The forecast is for some good, fair weather today. And let's hope for the good of the game that the sun comes out and just shines its glory and shines its blessings on these three matches today. So the teams are out there, Cinnamon Pacers and Andre Fletcher, along with Shondell Regis. They're out there in the middle. It should be a very interesting situation there indeed. So the umpires, Roger Davis is on, of course, and umpire Man Warren. Those are the two officiating in this particular encounter.
And we've seen Jonathan Taylor just picking up his mark. He's going to be opening the attack today. Cinnamon Pacers really will be hoping to turn things around. They have not been getting the best side of the games that they have played so far, having scored the two lowest score in the tournament of 45 and 53.
Not good, really not good. They'll have to do much better than that if they're going to worm the way through. But their batting is incredibly let them down, and they would want to just turn around the tide and do something very good, not just in this match, but of course the remaining matches that they play. So Fletcher is going to be taking strike and does his usual touching of the pads and the glove, and finally settles over his bat, as here is Taylor in now to bowl to Fletcher. Fletcher is looking to pull that through mid-wicket, does succeed in doing that, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4.
But a lovely shot. It was a short delivery, and he played it with ultimate ease. He just, got on top of it and just played it around to that in that forward square leg position. The fielder who was feeling at backward square really didn't have a chance, and it raced across the surface for 4.
He's not the best puller, but I must say that in recent times his pulling has improved quite a lot, because he does tend to shuffle across, go across the and plays with a bit of bottom hand, but he really played that very well. Taylor once more in and bowls to Fletcher, who leaves that alone. Wayward delivery outside the off-stump, confirmed as a wide. And 1 more to the total is now gone on to 5. And extra's off the mark now, 5 for 1. I think he maybe saw that Fletcher had pulled that one through a square leg and decided, no, you know what, let me try to put it as wide as possible. Leaves us now and moves in to bowl to Fletcher. Fletcher is advancing down the track. I think the bowler saw him coming, and that's called a wide. For a moment I thought the umpire would call it a no ball, because it was really wide. Now how far did it go outside or inside, as the case may be? But of course the umpire is right there. He's able to confirm. But sure, it was a wide.
Yeah, it was a wide. But, and we see Fletcher using his feet. It really was not necessary. Just a third ball.
Here is Taylor in, bowls to Fletcher. Fletcher is off the back foot and cuts the ball down to backward point. They will get a single. So he's now gone on to 5. And the total has moved on to 7 without loss. We're in over number 1. We've had 2 wide so far in the over. Brings Regis into strike. And the field changing around to accommodate the left-handed Regis, who is such a fine player. I always say that he's very much underrated. That's Regis.
Yeah, I agree with you. He somewhat seemed to be always, forgotten. But he's the sort of player, that has demonstrated a great deal of ability at the under 19 level. And he has come in and played some good innings for the Nutmeg Warriors.
Taylor would move in to bowl to Regis for the first time. And Regis is gets a beauty, an absolute beauty. The length was good and the line was good. And he was rather tentative as to whether he should push forward or maybe just lay onto the back foot. In the end, he was neither here nor there, and the ball rushed past him into the glove of the keeper.
A good length delivery, just pitching just out middle and off and leaving the left-handed batsman. Sometimes you just have to focus on trying to do the basic right, pitching the right areas. And this one really was pitching the right area.
Taylor to Regis, advances down the track, hits that. It's not going to go all the way, but it's going to land safely between the 2 fielders. They will come back for the second as the return comes to the non-strikers end. Now, there is a fielder down at the deep forward square boundary, and there is a fielder at the square leg area, and neither of them was able to catch that ball. It went perilously close between the 2 of them. They got 2. Here once more is Taylor in now to bowl to Regis, who this delivery is looking to pull. Gets it just behind square on the left side. Not with much power though. He seemed to get the under edge of the bat, and then it maybe just cannoned into his pad and ricocheted out on the onside. They get a single though. So, productive over so far, 10 runs, 10 without loss, as Fletcher comes back into strike.
Well, we have seen Regis looking to pull. That's 2 deliveries looking to pull, and I think he was fortunate not to be out caught in the previous delivery.
Taylor to Fletcher, who is leaving that alone outside the arse stump. Good judgment, really good judgment there, as that ball pitched just about the arse stump and curled away after pitching. And the over yielded 10 runs, 10 after the first over. Fletcher is 5 and Regis 3.
Yeah, not a bad over by Jonathan Taylor. His first over, first delivery went for 4, but as the 2 wide that he had bowled, he came back strongly and probably should have picked up the wicket. That shot that was played by Sean Regis just beyond backward square position. But we saw that the fielder square leg move rather slowly, very unsure. While the fielder coming off the boundary, so both of them were really unsure who to go for the catch, and it actually dropped, just in front of the backward square fielder.
Well, so Regis will be taking strike, and Jamie Buddy will be the bowler from the far end. Let's see the slip, the fielding position. There is in fact a third man. There is a third man. That's Charles, that third man there, but he's inside the circle. Backward point. There is a cover, extra cover. Ryan is there marshalling his forces at extra cover. Mid-off, mid-on, square leg, just to the right of the umpire. And there is a fine leg right back, more verging on a long leg rather than a fine leg. That's Taylor right down there on the boundary. So here he is coming in now, Buddy in and bowled to Regis. Regis is advancing down the track and bowled. Well, bowled. That was a naughty shot. He was advancing down the track. That's just the first ball of the over. There was no need to do that. Running down the track. And did he get a little inside edge? Did he get? No, he didn't. I think he missed everything. And he took the leg stump out. The bail spattered. And so Regis goes back. Well, he has every reason to be upset with himself, because there was no need. This is the second over of the match. You got 10 in the first over, not a bad over. Advancing down the track and had a big swing at that. Lost the shape, lost the stumps, lost the bails, lost everything. Nutmeg Warriors 10 for 1.
A very irresponsible batting by Regis, and he would have faced just about 3 deliveries. We saw him going for two-pull shot. Really not in position, not to the pitch of it. Was lucky getting on over a backward square, and he continued the first delivery and just went down the wicket and swung right across it, and really irresponsible batting.
Really, he's not the. I think players got to know their strengths and know their value. He's not a slugger. He's a touch player, like Arthur is. If Arthur is, for example, decides to go slugging, he would look ugly and he would not do very well. But he tends to play good cricket shot. The same thing goes for Shondal Regis. The better cricket shots he plays, I mean, genuine, authentic shots, is always going to be better. So Wavell Benjamin has just replaced Shondal Regis, and it's going to be once more Buddy, who's had a success story. First delivery has bowled, moves in to bowl to Benjamin, and Benjamin is opening the face of the bat and glides the ball down to Taylor, gets a single, down to third man. He's off the mark immediately, and the total has gone by 1 to 11 for 1. So all the ones on the board now. 11 for 1 brings Fletcher, who's on 5, into strike. This pair would have to do a little bit of repair because Regis went just a while ago and went for 3.
Yeah, it would be very important for the captain, Andrew Fletcher, to bat as long as possible. You could see that, how disappointed he was as he looked at the shot played by Shondal Regis.
Buddy to bowl to to Fletcher, who comes forward. Good delivery right up in the block hole, and he can do no more than come forward and push it back along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. So bright sunshine here at the National Cricket Stadium in Grenada. Good over so far by Buddy. There's a third man, backward point, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. As he moves in once more, Buddy to bowl to Fletcher. Fletcher is advancing down the track and hits. There's trouble here, there's trouble here, there's trouble here. I think he's gone. Benjamin is run out. Well. The ball was hit down to backward square. The Ryan was coming in very quickly, hurled the return there was a mix-up. Fletcher was going down the track, sent back Benjamin. Benjamin was still coming, and then he got to about 2/3 way up the pitch and had to run back. And then the return went to the non-striker's end, and he was run out by some margin, I would think. So Benjamin goes for 1, run out, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they're in trouble now. They're 11 for 2.
Yeah, a bit of misunderstanding there by the players. Communication there. You see, both players started. Fletcher did start and quickly realized. But one of the things is that the ball was played behind his back. So you certainly have to depend on the non-striker there because you can't see behind. And whether or not there was calling, we will never know from here. But, you had to trust your partner and respond. And that didn't seem to be the case there. So really have been some miscommunication and really that attributed to the run out of Benjamin.
Now, whether Benjamin called Fletcher, we may never know. We didn't hear anything to suggest in the stump mic, which is very sensitive indeed. So maybe there might have been a lack of communication. Well, here is once more. Buddy in now and bowls to Fletcher. Fletcher is advancing down the track, hits it brilliant catch. He's gone. Cut at mid-on. Cut at mid-off. Tate Carmichael coming across to his right. Fletcher was advancing down the track and was looking to hit that over the bowler's head. He hit it flat, but it was traveling to Carmichael, who took a good catch. So Fletcher goes, caught there at mid-off of the bowling of Buddy. Tate Carmichael taking the catch. And so they have lost 3 wickets in over number 2.
Yeah, another poor shot by Fletcher. Again, looking to go down the track and really wasn't to the pitch of it. And hit it down to mid-off. Again, the run-out seemed to really would have affected him. As you see him there. And didn't give himself a chance. Just, next ball, I think premeditated shot, looking to go down to hit over the top. And really the ball was not there for that sort of shot. And he was able to hit it at mid-off. And the fielder coming around and take a really good catch.
Yes, there was no need for it, really. I think what needed to have been done, especially that you had a couple of wickets falling, in the over so far, which is basically to play it out, to settle the dust, so to speak, that got ruffled. Just settle the dust, let 2 overs go, and then you can go to the third and decide to be, aggressive and positive. So there was really no need for the advancement down the track. There was no need for the big heave ho. And I thought Carmichael took a good catch, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He really did well. Had to stretch with both hands, moved to his right, and then took a good catch.
So Donald McDonald has just joined Akeem Alexis, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they're in great trouble, grave trouble. They're in the morass of difficulty. They're 11 for 2. And Buddy has picked up 2 wickets for 1. He's still got 1 delivery to go, and he's going to be moving now to bowl to McDonald. Here he is, passing the umpire now, and bowls to McDonald, who is hitting that in the air. Oh, somebody going to get close to it. No, it drops perilously close between those 2 fielders. And Carmichael was going back. It might be Narayan too, was also going back. And they went just for the 1 run. Oh, well, all sorts of drama took place in that over. Lost 3 wickets, and there was almost a 4th. Just managed to get through over the fielder's head down there, and they got 1. So at the end of over number 2, gosh, it seemed to be such a long, perilous over. 12 for 3, Nutmeg Warriors batting.
One wonders what seemed to be going on in the heads of the batsmen. Though we have 3 wickets that has fallen in just 2 overs. And none of the wickets that fell, you can see is a result of good bowling. Bad shots and bad running between the wickets. And as you said, could have been a 4th one.
Yes.
Again, he stood up and he swung, not even having a look at the bowler and trying to hit this one down the ground. Just was able to get past the fielder at mid-on, who had to run back. And certainly could have been 4.
Yeah, but it was poor cricket all around, really. This game of cricket has got to be played with intelligence, as there is an over number 3 is being bowled now. Delivery that pushes the batsman onto the back foot. Taylor, a little bit of inward movement there by Taylor, and McDonald just pushed it out on the offside. So there is a shot 3rd man, backward point, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on. There is a man right on the deep mid-wicket boundary, as here once more is Taylor moving in, brushes past the umpire. Now he's there and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is off the back foot. Initially he was coming forward and just seemed to have leaned a little bit onto the back foot, pushed the ball out to extra cover, and there is no run. The total remains on 12 for 3. So they've really begun to tighten the screw here, Rifel.
Yeah, 2 good deliveries by the bowler Taylor. They're not trying to do too much. The basics, try to pitch it in good areas, make it difficult for the batsman to hit.
Taylor to McDonald, who is coming forward and driving the ball, or essaying to get it up to extra cover. Does not make the kind of contact. I think the ball took more the bottom of the bat and dribbled out to a short 3rd man. No runs. Total remains on 12 for 3. So quite a lot of chirping going on out there. They're going to needle him. They're gonna say quite a few things out there to Donald McDonald, won't they?
Yes, certainly. And the players know each other, and one could imagine what have been said outside there. But I think Cinnamon Pieces has found themselves in a very good position and really wouldn't want to lose the advantage. Coming off 2 huge defeats, they certainly want to take advantage of this situation. As I said before, it's nothing about the bowling or the pitch per se, but bad shots making.
Taylor to McDonald, wrapped on the pad, going down the leg side. They go through for a very quick single indeed. As good work there, really good work there by Alexis, who saw the opportunity for the single as the ball went down to a leg gully. And they got it, as Carmichael had to come across very quickly to retrieve. So 1 more to the total. It's gone to 13. The run rate is 4.80. That's rather low, considering we're in over number 3. But it's still early days. Certainly want to get up to a good score here, as once more is Taylor moves in to bowl this time to Alexis. Alexis gets a good delivery, but takes the outer edge of the bat. The ball goes down to down to squarish, behind square rather, on the offside, and they went for the single. So one to McDonald, who will be taking strike, one to Alexis, who was just taken strike, and it's 14 for 3.
And good work by Body at that backward point, or more of a wide third man shot, and he really chased after the delivery. It looked as there would have been 2 runs there, but really quick movement by Body limited the batsman to 1.
Taylor to McDonald. McDonald has a swing at that ball that took rather the bottom edge and went out to mid-on. And the over comes to an end. And at the end of the over, they're really here. Challenge. That's the Nutmeg Warriors. 14 for 3, 3 gone.
Yeah, that would really require a sort of partnership really to turn things around. The Nutmeg Warriors. Akam Alexis, under 19 player representing the island. And likewise, McDonald, they would want to really turn things around, put a sort of partnership together. Probably would take a little time, maybe just a next over to get himself in, and then look to push it along.
Yes, so 3 overs gone, 14 for 3, McDonald and Alexis. Both of them, I dare say, Rafael, they have an opportunity to show what batting skill that they have. Now, quite a lot very often depends on Fletcher and Regis up at the top and Benjamin, but here now with all 3 wickets having fallen, this is an opportunity for the middle order to redeem themselves and to show what caliber and what they're really made of.
Yes, there's opportunities provided. There are still 7 overs to go, so they don't have to go chasing, but get themselves in and then look for it in the back end. Probably they will want to bat as long as possible, maybe down to the 7th over, and then try to see what can happen with the last few overs.
So Dara Hippolyte is the new bowler, moves in and bowls, and that delivery is wide down the leg side, and Alexis left it alone to go into the gloves of the keeper. Here once more is Hippolyte from the far end, pushes the man right back on the long on boundary, also the deep mid-wicket boundary. Both of them have been asked to stay right back on the line. Moves in, round the wicket to bowl to Alexis, who gets a wayward delivery down the leg side again, left it alone.
Interesting that he's coming around the wicket to bowl to the right-handed Alexis. One would feel you want to come over the wicket and be able to probably push the ball wide and get it to turn.
Hippolyte is off the back foot and forces the ball up to mid-on. They get a single. So this time he got it right. At least he got it just about outside the off stump. And the batsman was able to just make room, a little bit of room outside the leg stump, and hit it out to extra cover. Total has gone to 17 for 3. As Hippolyte will get ready to bowl to Donald McDonald. He's there now and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is tugging that down to backward square. That's going to go all the way for 4. Badly lined. It was short and maybe just about outside the leg stump. And he got inside the line and tugged it around. Easy going. It was just a simply bad delivery. And it went down to the boundary for 4. So total has now gone to 21, just sort of releasing the there for a bit. And McDonald has gone to 5. Hippolyte once more in, bowls to McDonald. McDonald is looking to tuck that down to long on, succeeds in doing that. Not that he hit it all that well, but get a single. He's now gone on to 6, and the total has moved on to 22 for 3.
Yes, bowled in his 4 delivery, 5 delivery, 3 have been down the leg side, 2 wides and 1 hit for 4.
Hippolyte bowls, the ball takes the pad, it looks like. We'll have to confirm. The ball going to the non-striker's end. The throw to the non-striker's end. Ball was just hit down to sort of short, fine leg. And the batsman had time to cross for 1. So leg by confirmed there by the umpire. As Hippolyte is in and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is turning that in the air out to mid-wicket. They've hustled for 1. Won't come back for the second. So 1 more to McDonald's total is now pushed on to to 7, I think. Did I get it right? Yes, so McDonald is on 6, beg your pardon. Akeem Alexis is 2, as it's once more Hippolyte in and bowls to this delivery. He's advancing down the track, and he is bowled. Yes, bowled. Oh, well, he just advanced down the track, and his head was lifted nowhere to the pitch of the ball, comprehensively beaten and bowled. I'm not too sure whether the ball may have touched the back leg on its way to dislodging the bails, but Nutmeg Warriors, they've plunged themselves into further trouble. We've got the replay here. He advances down the track, not to the pitch. It didn't hit his back leg at all, but it did hit the leg stump, and so he goes.
Yeah, poor shot again by Alexis. You know, just about to see that this would not have been an over that Hippolyte would have been proud of. He have bowled, keeping down the leg side, bowled 2 wides, and his attack just seemed to be going down the leg side. This last delivery day, Alexis looking to hit it out of the ground, and again, not really in the right position, swinging right across the ball. Probably if he, put that leg just across down the wicket, would have been in a better position to hit that ball. But he swung and missed it, and it went into the leg stumps. Again, another important blow struck there by the Cinnamon Pacers, picking up the 4th wicket after 4 overs. It's 24 for 4.
24 for 4. And Akeem Alexis was bowled by Darren Hippolyte for 2. The current run rate is 6, so the run rate is going up peaceably. But meanwhile, the batsmen have been dislodged rather quickly. So here is a new over. Micah Narain in bowls, and he's bowled him. Oh, he played on, advancing down the track. It really was an ugly shot by Donald McDonald. He was advancing down the track and really was stretching, reaching for the ball. He really reached for it, and the ball took the inside edge onto the stumps. The bails walls pattered all over the place, and so he is gone. Donald McDonald, comprehensively, well, not comprehensively, but from the context of hitting the inside edge onto the stumps, he's gone for 7. And Nutmeg Warriors, they're in great trouble now, grievous trouble, at 24 for 5.
Another poor shot by McDonald. Kane, first delivery from Micah Narain. Pitch outside the off stump, and he stood up and tried to swing. And again, premeditated shot. Even before you see what happened, this almost a wide. And there was him swinging, trying to take this ball from wide out of the off stump to hit some true mid wicket or true mid on. Taking the bottom edge and going onto the stump. Again, really careless batting, and really these are shots you wouldn't want to see at this level. Really have been bad batting.
Yeah, it's a real procession of tragedies we've seen out there this morning. As Kishan Mitchell has now come out to join Haston Jackson.
But we've seen yesterday morning the Cinnamon Pacers batting, and they went on to get 45, and again you could not attribute that to the bowling, but poor batting. And today we have seen it turn around. Cinnamon Pacers now have Nutmeg Warriors at 24 for 5.
Here is Micah Narain bowls outside the off stump. He nibbled at that one. You could see him following the line of that delivery, didn't make contact. Hazard collects by the stumps. Total remains on 24 for 5. So 2 new batsmen at the crease in Mitchell and Jackson, both yet to score, as Micah Narain, the veteran, leans forward, passes the umpire now, and bowls again outside the off stump. Very close to being called a wide there, but he's teasing, tantalizing the batsman there, as if to say, look, let me see what you're going to do with that. The offside field is rather strong. Total remains on 24 for 5. He's making a little change to his field there, Narain. Now, what is he asking? He's asking his third man fielder to be a little bit straighter. He's going to take the deep mid-wicket fielder off the boundary, which I think is a pretty okay one too. I think he should just strengthen the outside field, Raphael, from the context that he is bowling just outside the off stump.
Well, also he's moving the ball away from the right-handed batsman, so I probably might have been tempted to put a slip in,
Yes,
and they have my third man a little bit wider.
agreed. Here is Narayan in now and bowls to this delivery. He's almost that one kept rather low. The fielders were already screaming as if it had maybe gone through. It would have been leg before. That one kept low, just kid on. And Mitchell was able to push the ball out to extra cover, got his first run, and the total has now gone to 25 for 5.
Well, he also was able to bring this one back. He moved out with the first two deliveries, and this one just came back and stayed down a bit. And Mitchell was equal to it as he pushed it back and was able to pick up a single.
Here's Narayan again, moving in to bowl this time to Jackson. Jackson is cutting at that outside the off stump. The delivery sprayed outside the off stump. Had a bit of pace attached to it. Nice carry into the gloves of Hazard. And there is no run, still 25 for 5. We're now in over number 5. So we're going to be getting up to the halfway stage. Just a one delivery for that halfway stage. As Narayan is in again to bowl to Jackson. And Jackson does not make contact with that. The ball goes through to the keeper. So that completes the over. 5 overs gone. We're at the halfway stage. The run rate is exactly 5. It's 25 for 5.
Yeah, and a good over by Narayan. First over, have been able to get the ball to move about away and back into the right-handed batsman. That's last delivery, slower delivery again. But again, just seemed to be angling in a bit. And the batsman allowed that delivery to go through. As we look at the replay there, it's just staying down a bit. Jackson looking to hit on the offside. But Cinnamon Pieces in a good position, having Nutmeg Warriors 25 for 5. And I dare say really they would not want to let up on the pressure. They have Nutmeg Warriors.
So Diran Hippolyte will be bowling his second over. He's picked up 1 wicket, and so he's going to try now to see if he can dislodge one of this pair, or maybe both. Here is Hippolyte in now to bowl to Mitchell. Mitchell is not quite ready, just pulls away. And we'll go back to the top of his mark. Here he is again. In now, Hippolyte, and bowls to this delivery. He is coming forward. That's Mitchell pushes the ball back along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. And there is no run. Hippolyte again to bowl to Mitchell. Here he is. And Mitchell is looking to hit that over the long off area. Takes the outside edge. The ball goes down to third man. 4 runs. A bit of a shot in the dark that was. And it took the outside edge and flew very quickly. Chat Charles, who is feeling there at the shortest third man, didn't have a chance at all to go across and cut that off. So he's gone to 5. It doesn't matter how they come. Once they come, the total has gone to 29 for 5.
Yeah, welcome boundary. Again, delivery gave him a little bit of room, and Mitchell was able to really swing at it, and it took the edge and go down to third man.
Hippolyte to Mitchell. Mitchell looks a little bit awkward there. Look very choked. Push the ball back along the track for Hippolyte to come in and pick up on his follow through. So he's moving in again. Once more is Mitchell. That's Hippolyte bowls to Mitchell. Mitchell comes forward and drives the ball down to long off. Will get a comfortable single. He's now taken his individual tally to 6, and the total has gone to 30 for 5. But they would want to get up to at least to a 70 mark refill.
When in discussion with the captain as the toss spun, he said he would like to get upper 100 and upper 100. So yeah, they will be happy if they can get up to 70, 80 and can still make a fight.
Hippolyte is in and bowls to Jackson this time down the leg side. There's a wide signal by the umpire. They will in fact go for a single 2, so that compounds the situation there for Cinnamon. So 2 more to Nutmeg Warriors, and the total is now pushed on to 32 for 5. And extras, going to get back to that. Delivery outside the leg stump. Wide signal again by the umpire. So the extras are motoring. The extras have now gone on to 8. 7 of those have been wides. 33 for 5. Here he is again. Is Hippolyte in now and balls to Mitchell. Mitchell is looking to heave that down to backward square. The ball is going to go into the boundary now. It looks like though, well, it's sort of touch and go. For a moment here, it looks as though he may have made contact with the ball just as he was going over the boundary line. And the umpires will rule 2. Let's see if we can pick up any indication here. Ripple, you can keep your eyes pinned on it while we go back.
Yeah, has been good work. I think good decision.
Good work.
Has been good work. This one is hit down to mid wicket and it's dropped.
Oh, he's dropped the catch. Oh no, can't believe that he's dropped it. That went down, right down his throat. And he dropped the catch. So, well, alive there. Maloney, who dropped that one down there. Let's see. He should have taken that. He really should have taken that. So that completes the over. 6 overs gone. Is 37 for 5.
Yeah, again, the catch that really should have been taken. Good over by Hippolyte. Again, just seemingly just throwing a bit down the leg side. He has now 1 for 21 and really could have been 2 with that ball swung down to mid wicket. And he came in, got both hands to it and was not able to hold on. But still 37 for 5, 6 overs gone. They will still feel good in the position they have found themselves in. As we see the body is going to continue from this northern end.
Yeah, Ripper, we've seen a couple of good catches, but by and large, there are too many that have been spilled that should have been taken. So here's Buddy, moves in now to bowl to Huston Jackson, who is coming forward and hits the ball down to long off and gets a comfortable single as Maloney just comes off the boundary and sends the return back to the bowler. So here once more is Buddy moving in, this time to bowl to Mitchell. And Mitchell is looking to scoop that down to, he's very cheeky there, looking to scoop that down to down to fine leg. And partially succeeded, got a single. So he is now moved on to double figures 11 and the total has gone to 39 for 5.
Yeah, looking to scoop this one, but probably get over the short fine leg and not getting hold of it, but able to pick up a single in the process.
And here's a delivery by Buddy that is carted down to the third man area. That's going to go all the way for 4. Well, I think it went a little bit, he was looking to hit that squarer and didn't peel off the outer edge of the bat and was airborne, went down to the third man boundary, and the fielder down there didn't have the remotest of chance to pull it back. So he's now gone on to 5, and it doesn't matter how they come. It's important that they come. It's 43 for 5.
Well,
over number 7.
But he got the desired result, but was looking to hit it somewhere over extra cover.
Buddy is in, bowls, and that goes down to extra cover. Their runs here. They've gone for 1. Will come back for the second. Not cued very well by Huston Jackson, but managed to squeeze it through the extra cover area, and they got 2. So 2 more to Jackson's now gone on to 7. And the total has moved on now to 45 for 5. We're over number 7. Important partnership this. We've lost the sunshine as it's once more Buddy in and bowls to Jackson. Jackson hitting that in the air. It's going to fall safely and they will just get 1 run. And so that's not where, but maybe in the end, Raphael, it was good that he didn't really hit it very well because there was, in fact, a fielder down at mid-off. But they got a single. So Jackson has now gone on to 8, and the total has moved on to 46 for 5. We've got a bit of a light rain coming down. The umpire has not called the covers on as yet, so they're going to continue playing. Buddy, supposed to be the final delivery in his spell. He's picked up 2 for 11, moves in now to bowl to Mitchell, and Mitchell is coming forward, driving the ball down to long on. Now there's a call for 2. I don't think that that's quite possible though, as Arthanez runs across rather quickly and picks the ball up. sends the return to the non-striker's end. The over comes to an end at the end of the over, 47 for 5, 47 for 5, and 7 overs gone. And, well, for the remaining 3, Raphael, they'll want to probably get up to about 30 runs. Can they get 13-3?
Yeah, they certainly want to get up to that area between 75, 80, just to give them a chance. But a good over for the Nutmeg Warriors. They have scored some 12 runs in that over. And would want to, next 3 overs, would want to probably see if they can add at least another 30 runs.
Yes, and that's when it's going to be a good fighting total. But if they get dismissed, they'll make maybe under 60 thereabout. Well, it's going to be an uphill task for them to restrict the opponent.
Well, the batting of Jackson, he does has the ability to really hit the ball long. And obviously they would certainly depend on him. He will want to stay in and try to get as much runs as they look at the last 3 overs.
So it's going to be Charles from the far end, and he's going to be moving in now to bowl to Mitchell. Charles to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a wayward delivery outside the arm stump. He's off the back foot and hits it down to the long off position. Would have been more productive if he had hit it maybe through the extra cover area. They got 1. So Mitchell has gone to 13. Jackson comes in to strike. He's on 8. 48 for 5.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed that he didn't do much more with that delivery. It was a short outside the off stump and really could have hit it anywhere. Hit it down to long off. Just picked up 1.
Here's a delivery that is tugged down to long on. Didn't cue it all that well, admittedly. That's Jackson, who is now gone by 1 on to 9, and the total has gone to 49. So the 50 is just ahead. The rain seemed to be coming a bit heavier as to whether the umpire is going to call the covers on.
Yeah, it's coming a bit heavy. A little surprised that the covers have not been called on. We've probably seen, as we look to the left of us, we've probably seen the condition of the area where the rain comes from. Just probably getting a little bit lighter.
Yes, there seem to be some blue skies over there. Delivery that is hit down to the long off area. They've gone for 1. They're not going to come back for the second. At first you can hear them saying, look, 2, but the ball traveled very quickly and got down just behind the bowler straight, and they got 1. So 1 more to Mitchell, who's now gone to 14. Jackson, who's 9, comes in to strike. 51 the total. As here once more Charles in bowls off the back foot. Hits the ball down to the deeper squarish cover area. They've gone for 1, won't come back for the second. I thought they should have attacked that first run. Put pressure on the fielder.
Well, Chad Charles have bowled 4 short deliveries, almost long hop, and none of the batsmen are able to take advantage of those deliveries. Just picking up singles.
Yeah, a few really bad deliveries that should have been put away, but were not. I think a bit of a towel. A towel is coming over to wipe the ball because some rain has fallen and obviously the ball has become rather wet. So bowler would want to ensure that he has a good grip on the ball. That's Charles. He's not bowled the best over in the world, but just 5 runs have come off his bowling so far. He's got 2 more legal deliveries, 52 for 2. And Kishan Mitchell, who's on 14, will take strike. I think everybody's happy now, and the towel has been dislodged. So here is once more Charles in now and bowls to Mitchell. Mitchell is getting a delivery outside the leg stump that he tries to reverse sweep. Oh, that looked rather ugly.
Well, but again, another short delivery, and well, lucky that it was not called wide, but
here he is once more in and bowls, and he's off the back foot and hits that straight. That's a fine shot. No, that's a good cricket shot. 6 runs. Off the back foot went Mitchell and lifted a bad delivery straight over the bowler's head. That's gone for 6. And he has moved from 14 to 20, and the total has moved from 53 for 5 to 59 for 5.
So he has eventually made use of the short deliveries. He took advantage of that finally, which was another short delivery and hit over long off for 6. But not the best over bowled by Charles.
Well, Raphael have been the worst over of the match that yielded less than one really thought should have been yielded.
Yes, that's over going for 11. And fortunately for Charles, only 11 came off that over.
So 59, 50, 58, is it 58 or 59? We're told it's
58.
58. 58 for 5 over number 8. So just 2 overs to go. Can they get up to the 70, 70
I
mark?
would think
Rafael?
they should get up to over 70. Maybe I would say between 75 and 80. They should aim to get somewhere between there. We saw we saw previously teams scoring 78 and 79. So
Narayan to bowl to Jackson. Jackson is cramped. That's a good delivery, really good delivery. One of the things we've noticed, Rafael, is that he's been bending the ball back into the right-handed batsman, and he's got those to leave too.
yes, he's moving it both ways, and you could see him very focused in his run-up, trying desperately to pitch the ball in the right areas. And this was a good one, just outside the off-stump, came back into the right-handed Jackson.
Narayan is in and bowls to Jackson. Jackson is bowled, bowled, looking to heave that over long on, and it crashed into the stumps. And Jackson has gone, well, comprehensively beaten and bowled. That one came back. He's gone for 10. And Nutmeg Warriors, they're plunged themselves into even more trouble now. It's now 58, and they've lost another wicket. 58 for 6.
A good delivery again by Narayan. Getting the ball come back into the batsman. And Jackson, they're hitting across it. I think if he went straight, probably would have been better. But they could see him looking to hit somewhere over long on. And the ball coming back in and hitting the middle stump. Really, Narayan continued to bowl a good line, pitch ball in the right area. And if you're not going to play straight, you will find yourself in difficulty.
Every bowler, Rafael, likes to hit the middle stump. Yeah, it's nice to hit the leg or nice to hit the off stump, but there is something that a bowler prides in hitting the middle stump.
Yeah, you feel good. You feel good hitting the middle stump. But Narayan has been bowling well. I think he's really focused on what he wants to do. And
Daryl Cyrus has just replaced Jackson. There's Narayan in to bowl to Cyrus. Cyrus is lifting that over down to the long on area. The catch is taken by Athanase. So one ball here space is Cyrus coming forward, driving right down the throat of Athanase. The catch has been taken, and so Cyrus goes without scoring, caught at long on of the bowling of Narayan. He's gone without scoring, 58 for 7, and they're in more trouble.
And you have to credit that to good bowling again by Narayan. This delivery almost pitched in the same area where he was able to bowl and got the wicket before. And Cyrus, again, hitting across it. You know, he saw a better option to hit straight. But the ball came back in, he swung with it and hit it down to long on. Athanas on the boundary came in and take a simple catch. So Narayan, again, has struck. He has so far picked up 3 for 1. And really has been bowling a good line and good length and being able to move the ball both ways.
Yes, well, new batsman is Sheldon Joseph. Here is Micah Narayan, moves in now to bowl to Joseph. Joseph is lifting that down to the deep mid-wicket area. There's a shout for 2. They won't come back for it. The return comes into the keeper, so they had to settle for 1. So 1 more to Mitchell, who's now gone to 21, and the total is pushed on to 59 for 7.
Again, the ball coming into the right-handed batsman, and just dragging it a bit down to that sort of straightish, widest mid-wicket.
Narayan to bowl to Joseph. Joseph is off the back foot, hits it in front of the square on the offside, gets a comfortable single. So he's off the mark. Joseph, he's gone to 1, and the total has gone to 60 for 7. So if they can get another 10 runs, they would feel reasonable. But they're certainly short by about 20-30. Narayan is in now and bowls to... that's in the air. That's gone a long way. That's going to go over the boundary line. That's 6 runs. Beautiful shot there by Mitchell. Went right under it and hit it slightly inside out. And it went over the extra cover area. That was a glorious shot, a really marvelous shot. Over the boundary line for 6. He's gone to 27, is 66 for 7.
Yeah, lovely shot. You know, he really got under this one and lifted it and hit it on the up. and it really went really well over extra cover for 6. Certainly ended it over really the way they wanted to. It's 66 for 7 after 9 overs, and now Ryan picking up a 3 for 9.
Well, we've got to give credit, Raphael, to both Curlin and Reggie, our cameramen. They've done such an outstanding job. They seem to follow the ball wherever the ball is. It's quite amazing that they do such a great camera work. Well done, guys. Well done, wherever you are. I don't know which part they are, but they've been doing a great job.
They certainly has. Colin is at the southern end, and they really have been doing a tremendous job. Reggie is just on this northern end, just above where we are. And importantly, they have been able to follow the ball. If you look at some of the shots that have been played, the sixes have been hit. They have been able to follow that ball from the time it leaves the batsman to where it drops. And it really shows that these guys are really doing a fine job, and I must be proud with the work that they have been doing.
Athens bowls a white ball confirmed by the umpire. He stood up arms akimbo as if to say, "Dare me, umps, that shouldn't be called a wide." It was. 67 for 7, Athens is in and bowls, and he is coming forward looking to drive that up to long on. The ball takes the inner portion of the bat and goes down to a short fine leg, but the batsman had time to cross for 1. So 1 more to Joseph. He's now gone on to 2. Mitchell comes into strike. He's 27. As he moves in once more, it's Athens this time to bowl to Mitchell. Mitchell, well, he doesn't bowl. He was looking to, he already sort of changed his stance, maybe looking to reverse sweep. And Athens saw it and decided that he was not going to go through. Here's Athens, moves in to bowl to Mitchell. And Mitchell is coming forward and driving the ball up to long on. Will get a comfortable single. They've hustled for 1. Won't come back for the second. The return comes to the non-strikers. They're not grasped very well by Athens, but no harm done. They restrict the batsman to 1. Brings Joseph, who is 2 into strike. This is the final over here. Athens moves in now to bowl to Joseph. And Joseph is hitting that straight. That's a good shot. That's a fine shot. That's a magnificent shot. And it seemed to have gone all the way. It didn't hit Raphael. It may have gone all the way, did it?
Yes, all the way. Lovely shot. And he hit straight. And you could see him there just swinging. I think it was over pitch. And it really was in the slot. He gave him the option, really, he was able to swing his bat.
He'll be very proud about that. Athens is in now and bowls, and he is driving the ball up to long off. That's Joseph, and gets a comfortable single. Thought about the second run. He seemed to want to get back on strike. And Mitchell will have none of it. He's gone now on to 9. That's Joseph, and the total has gone to 76 for 7. So they did get up to that 70 mark. Athens once more in now to bowl to Mitchell. He's there and bowls. And Mitchell is driving the ball out to extra cover. They get a single. Well, wide-ish mid-off rather, but the fielder is at extra cover, had to run across to his right, maybe about 10 to 15 yards. 1 more. Here is once more Athens and bowls to Joseph. Joseph is hitting that in the air. Would the catch be taken? Yes, the catch is taken. So that's the downfall of Joseph. Caught there at sort of cover Tate Carmichael coming across and taking the catch. So that completes the over and also completes the innings. 10 overs gone, 77 for 8, and Joseph was in fact just dismissed there. But he played a little cameo, and it might turn out to be something significant.
Yes, certainly. 77 for 8 in 10. Well, I did say I expected him between 75 and 80. So they will be disappointed with the batted Nutmeg Warriors. I don't think the shot making was, the judgment was right in terms of some of the shots that was played. So, but 77 for 8, we can still have a game on. Remembering that this team, Cinnamon Pacers, got scores of 45 and 53 before, so they probably will still feel that they can go there and still be able to defend 77. But Cinnamon Pacers, on the other hand, I think would feel happy that they have been able to have Nutmeg Warriors just down to 77 from 8, and would give them some confidence going into the second half of the game.
Yes, I think we've got a match on hand. Not a big total. It's well, a modest total, but a slightly working total, if you want to put it that way. Their runs already on the board. That's Nutmeg Warriors. Obviously, they're disappointed in that. The run rate 7.70. So let's go through the scorecard. Fletcher was caught to Michael, bowled Buddy for 5. Sean Regis was bowled by Buddy for 3. Benjamin was run out by Charles for 1. Akeem Alexis was bowled Hippolyte for 2. Donald McDonald was bowled Narayan for 7. Haston Jackson played a decent little cameo before he was bowled by Narayan for 10. Keshawn Mitchell played a good knock of 29 of 19, had 2 sixes and 1 4. Darrell Cyrus was caught Athens down there at long on of the wing of Narayan. He went without scoring. Sheldon Joseph was caught Carmichael, bowled Athens for 9. And in the end, they got to 77. 77 for 8 after 10 extras, 11, 2 leg byes, 9 wides in the process. And let's look a little bit at the bowling figures. Taylor, none for 11 of 2. Jamie Buddy picked up 2 for 12 of 2. Deron Hippolyte had 1 for 21, a little bit expensive for 2. Narayan bowled quite well, resplendently well, 3 for 9 of 2. And there was 1 wicket for Alec Athanaze.
Yeah, a good performance by the Cinnamon Pacers. Having restricted the team that's probably sitting at the top or just around second position, Nutmeg Warriors, is 77 for 8. And it will really give them some confidence coming off the 2 performances in the previous game, going into this game, and should feel, that confident to probably pick up about 2 points in this game.
Right, so that's correct. And when the Cinnamon Pacers will go to their turn at the crease, they've got to make 78 to overhaul this total scored by Nutmeg Warriors. The sun is back out. We had a little bit of a shower this morning, nothing really to allow the players to come off the field, but it's back shining in resplendent glory. And it should be there on hand when the Cinnamon Pacers comes out to chase down 78 runs in their allotment of 10 overs. We'll be on hand to bring you the coverage.
Live from the stadium that delivered that memorable and emphatic win to the West Indies, Grenada, comes the Dream 11 Spy-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. 30 matches, 14 days of exciting T10 cricket action. 6 teams, only one will be champions. See the likes of the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, Devon Smith, international players Kesrick Williams, Alec Athanaze, and more. Support your team. Love the game. Dream 11 Spy-Style T10 2.0 cricket competition. April 5th to the 18th. Grenada National Stadium. Pure Spice of the Caribbean.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Have you ever seen a job cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now, but we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.
Welcome back to the National Stadium. Match number 14, Nutmeg Warriors versus Cinnamon Pieces. We into the second half of this game. Cinnamon Pieces need 78 for victory. Nutmeg Warriors will want to really try to continue their winning ways. As we see, both batsmen is making their way out. Gain bright sunshine. We did have a little sprinkling this morning that really didn't affect it play. The groundsmen were not required to pull on the covers. And the sun is shining brightly as we look to come in the second half of this game. 77 for 8 in their 10 overs. Kishon Mitchell finishing with 29 not out. As we see fielders getting in position. Like Jackson is going to pick up the attack from this northern end. And the left-handed Atenas, a player who's with great ability, opening with Desron Maloney. Both of these players would have represented the Volcanoes. West Indies first-class tournament, so with tremendous experience, and they would want to cautiously bat to bring Cinnamon Pieces home. Nutmeg Warriors, led by Andre Fletcher, obviously will have different thoughts. As we see Jackson preparing to come around the wicket to bowl to the left-handed Atenes. And for the slip for Atenes, third man on the boundary, backward point, cover extra, cover mid-off on the offside. As we look at the first delivery, goes down the leg side. Good take by the keeper. He's out, caught behind, he's out, caught behind. And really, it didn't look, it just seemed as though he touched something. Atenes looking rather disappointed there as he looked to turn this one. And really good take there by the keeper. And Atenes, very disappointing, just walking away there. Nutmeg Warriors in a huddle. If we look at that replay again.
No, well, we don't have the we don't have the sneakometer.
Yes, certainly looked very disappointed, and he really didn't look as though it came off the bat first instant here, and you could see him very disappointed as he walks out. And that ball that ball just seemed to brush something, and we are seeing some space there. We've seen a little space there between the bat. Yeah, probably just came off his eye.
Yeah. Might have come off the thigh, but there was space between the bat and the ball. So he took a long time to walk off, and one could understand that too. In fact, he's not gotten off the field as yet. Just dragging his back disconsolately, he goes back. But it was a great catch. It really was a great catch. But he never looked as though he played that ball at all.
So it's 1 wicket for no run. Javed Hazard comes in to replace Atenes. And now a slip is put in place. Alexis in first slip. And outside the off stump, again Hazard looking to play down to backward point. Made no contact. Disappointing Atenes. But in the game, these things happen. You can't always get it right, and just unfortunate that it just seemed to push the tie. Jackson over the wicket to bowl to Hazard. Short delivery. Hazard looking to pull again. Wide to be signaled by the umpire. Just probably the height.
Maybe height. I thought it was a good delivery, really.
Yeah.
In the circumstances, that is.
It's 1 for 1. So the offside field, slip, third man, a backward point, cover extra, cover mid-off, all in the circle. Another short lifting delivery. Good delivery there. Well played by Hazard. As he just leaned back and always wanted to go through outside the off stump, but certainly good delivery.
Yeah, it was a pacey delivery too. I think it surprised the keeper. Got a great bounce, good carry, and when it got to the keeper, it was still climbing.
Yeah, Jackson walking up some pace. Happy to see the back of Altenes. Again, outside the off stump, making some height. Again, Hazard looking to play it somewhere down to backward point. But is generating some pace, Haston Jackson. And the leg side field. Short fine leg, a backward square. And a mid-on. Just missing his run there.
So at least the Warriors, they've gotten up to a good start here.
So 77 required from 56 deliveries. Another short delivery again, making some height, and he looking to play it over backward point. Did make contact again. Pace of that delivery.
I was surprised really that there's such a rapid carry to the keeper. Good bongs. Interesting that.
Yeah, the bowler he's actually really bending his back, and we saw yesterday the bowling of Darius Martin. He also would have extracted quite a lot of pace and bongs. I think the opening pair of Martin and Josh Thomas yesterday really was a good one. Ball moving away outside the off stump a bit. That concludes the first over. And Cinnamon Pacers required 78 for victory after the first over. They are 1 for 1.
Very much a moral victory there for Jackson, picking up the prize wicket of Arthur Ayres. Just we got a benefit of the replay here, which suggested that there was daylight between the bat and the ball, and but the catch was really good down the leg side.
Yeah, it was a good movement by the keeper. Again, conditions really has been splendid for this tournament so far. With the exception, I think, just one day we had some rain that we had to go down to Dockwood Lewis. But really, the condition has been really good so far. Picking it up from the southern end, as the right-handed Desmond Maloney, he's going to face his first delivery. Alex Moses will pick up the attack from that end. Maloney not being able to get off to the kind of start that he would have wanted. First delivery, good lifting delivery, turned down to the short fine leg, and the batsman ambles a single.
Well, you've got a total which is just 78 Raphael, which means that it's just 7.7 runs per over when the innings started, which means that you can play good genuine cricket shots. It's not a total of 99 or 100 or 120 where you may have to go out of shape here and there. So they've got to pace themselves well.
Hazard push on the onside, and again they come through for another single. As you said before, really, it calls for intelligent batting, sensible batting. It's no need to go and swing wildly, as we would have seen the batting of Nutmeg Warriors. We really saw some wild shots being played. The bowling, the wicket of Chandel Regis, and it started at the top of the inning. But they will want to really bat intelligently as they aim to get up to that score.
Yeah, singles and twos and the odd boundaries.
Slow delivery, bowled by Moses, and the batsman Maloney sort of reaching for it and plays it back to the bowler.
Now he's a senior Windward Island player, so of course he would want to show his batting skill, and let's see whether his maturity and experience can really shine out here.
Yeah, we really would love to see the senior players taking responsibility and really bat well. This is short and hit straight to the fielder at backward point, and he dropped it. What a bad miss. A ball that was short and really hit it straight to the fielder. He got both hands straight and put it on.
It was travelling though. It was travelling, and if he had taken the catch, it would have been an absolute beauty.
A chance go begging. Another big wicket.
Oh, that would have put the pigeons among the cats.
Short lifting delivery. Good one. Some difficulty there, Maloney. Ball pitch of a good length and lifting. And he's able to get it in front of him. But a good delivery. A little difficulty.
Should we have the pigeons among the cats, Raphael, or the cats among the pigeons? Either way, it's dangerous.
Either way, it's
going to be dangerous for the pigeons, of course, not for the cat.
So 3 for 1. We just about the completion of the second over. Maloney 1 from 4 deliveries. Hazard 1 from 6. Alex Moses. Another good delivery. It's just turned down to short fine leg, and again, let's see if it come off the bat or the pad. Wait for the signal. Pick up one run. Leg by signal. So that completes. Good over by Moses. Just going for 3. And at the end of the second over, it's 4 for 1.
Yeah, the run rate is exactly 2, and the required run rate has gone up to 9.25. When they started the innings, it was 7.70. So again, we got a lovely shot here. That's the Darbo Hills that we're seeing there. Quite a number of houses over the last 3 decades. Of course, scores of houses have gone up there. I don't think they're going to go deeper into the heights of the Darbo Hills. It should be about 200 houses there, maybe 200, 250 thereabout.
Quite a bit of house. And what seemed to be happening is that those houses started small, as you know.
Yes.
And now we are seeing that they're being developed into really big houses. And you never know, they can probably go even higher because we never expected houses to be at that height.
No, we never thought so. But with, of course, population increase over the years, then people's got to find areas so that they can get accommodation. So they built their houses at very hilly areas. Grenada is a rather mountainous place.
So Jackson it is for the second over. Maloney is driving. This one comes up there. Where does this go? The point is out cut as the fielder at cover point comes in and take that catch. Again, looking for the big hit as we look at the replay here. Really just a wild swish there as he looking to probably clear the extra cover.
Yes, and it peeled off the outside edge, went down to the deep backward point, and the fielder coming in there took, in my opinion, a good catch because he had to make some coverage, maybe about 20 yards coming forward. But the beautiful thing is that he kept his eye on the ball all the time. I think it might be Cyrus down there who took the catch. And so Maloney, good catch in the end, good catch, really good catch. Kept his eyes on the ball, never looked like dropping it. So Maloney has gone. And, well, they're in trouble now. Cinnamon, they're 4 for 2.
Yeah, and certainly have lost 2 of the main batters, 2 of the top batters, Windward players. And really, Nutmeg Warriors has really has started to strike back and really hard. 4 for 2. We are in the third over. T10 Michael comes into the bat. He's not going to face. Yes, he's going to. Yes, he is going to face. Right up. And again, he's looking to drive. Made no contact. The ball is seemed to be swinging away. Probably after it passed the wicket. Hazard on 1. Yes, it is Hazard that is facing. The batsman crossed in the process. So 74 required from 46 deliveries.
Interesting stats, that.
Cinnamon Pacers need to get up to 78 for victory. And they have lost 2 important wickets.
Yeah.
See.
Nice to see at least one of those batsmen, Javid Hazard, tapping away at the crease the old-fashioned way they used to do it. Riffle, they don't do it like that anymore.
Yeah, would stand with the bat lifted. Hazard plays this one nicely down to third man. And pick up a single.
Yeah, good services there by Regis. That's his customary position down at the third man area. So usually he's got quite a lot of work to do on the field, and he's done pretty well so far. So with 5 for 2 Raphael and the run rate now required gone up to 9.70, you don't want it to climb more than that. That's important. So in order for that not to happen, it means there must be rotation of the strike, and with the odd boundaries here and there.
Yeah, and rotation makes it difficult for the bowlers. So it's very important that you turn the strike around. Javed Hazard, who was played ball coming into the batsman there, keep him high up. But good line, really bowling in good area there. And Carmichael, they just looking to come forward. He has not had a good run of it, Carmichael, in the games that he played. So you'd be hoping now he has the opportunity to spend a bit of time to get used to the wicket. We still in the third over. A lot will depend on Javed Hazard. If they're going to take pieces to that score. Short delivery again. He's looking to pull. Again, signal wide.
It was a short, aggressive delivery. The umpire ruling, it's above the head, so ruled a wide.
Yeah, tough call. The batsman there looking to pull.
The batsman he's not short, he's a tall man, and that has to be taken into consideration too.
So it's 7 for 2. That's Jackson to Hazard. Hazard again. This one just staying down a little bit. Again. And good stop by the keeper. This one just staying down. Probably a slower delivery ball by Jackson.
He's had a pretty difficult time behind the stumps. The catch, of course, to dismiss Arthanese was quite spectacular. But with the movement of the ball earlier on, he did drop a couple of them. And then this one got a little on the low side to him. So it was a difficult take.
So it's 7 for 2. Just one delivery to complete the third over. As Jackson from this northern end. Again, ball leaving the right-handed batsman. Again, good carry as he completes his second over, Jackson. 2 for 3. And the score remained at 7 for 2 at the end of 3 overs.
Well, for the first time, the run rate has gone past the 10 mark. Is 10.14. The current run rate is 2.33. So the required run rate, 10.44, is getting dangerously high. And so at this point, yes, you would need some rotations, but I would think, Rafael, there need to be at least a boundary per over from here on. Mixed with, of course, twos and threes, if there's that possibilities, and singles, to ensure that they get close to this total or overhauls it.
Yeah, Cinnamon Peters continue to struggle with the batting. As we see Moses in his second over is going for 2. And he's going to continue to bowl to the left-handed T10 Carmichael. He's up to the wicket bottom. This one is wide of the off stump. Will be signaled wide by umpire Roger Davis. That ball pitch way outside the off stump and going further away from the left-handed batsman. Good take by Weevil Benjamin, the keeper. It's 8 for 2. And we're in the fourth over, the final over of the power play. No slip in place. Short third man, point cover. Mid-off. Again, lifting delivery. T10 Carmichael looking to come on the front foot. One thought probably could have been back there and had to adjust and push it in front of him. But good areas bowling there by Moses. And just seems as though the Cinnamon Peters really is up against it.
They really are. The backs are against the wall, and it's so early for a back to be against the wall here.
Moses really running in short ball, hit through mid-wicket, and that's going to run close to the boundary. The fielder coming around, but would not be able to get to it. Well, good shot, really good shot by Carmichael. He was in position and keep it all along the ground. And it went down to that mid-wicket area for 4.
If Simon doesn't get it, nobody would get it because he's so fast across the turf. Had to scamper across maybe about 50 yards. And the ball was well struck though, and it went beautifully hit through the mid-wicket area for 4.
And that should give Carmichael really a great deal of confidence. It was a good shot. And for this delivery, another short one, but leaving the left-handed batsman there as he looked to probably push it again, maybe down to third man.
Was advancing down the track, and I think the bowler was advancing early. And when you advance that early, the bowler can in fact make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, good aggression shown by Moses. He's really running in hard as he's on his way to bowl to Carmichael, and a good delivery. And he had to defend. Really bowling in really good areas. 66 needed from 38 deliveries.
Last delivery just seemed to have squared him up a little bit, though. Just opened him up.
Getting a little bit of movement. Moving the ball away from the left-handed batsman. As he's on his way once again. Another good delivery. Push on the onside. And they pick up an easy single as Simon comes in. 13 for 2 in over number 4.
Same side, buddy? Same side? Yeah.
Hazard is on 2 from 10 deliveries. Carmichael 5 from 6 deliveries. That's Moses. Just have one more delivery to complete his spell. So far, none for 8. As he rushes into bowl too. And he look at the swing, hit on the pad, and loud appeal. He's out leg before. Again, looking for the big swing there. And this one just seemed to have stayed down a bit as we look at it here. Hitting across the line and hit in front.
Yes, out. I don't think that he's going to debate it. I don't think anybody's going to debate that. We didn't debate it up here. The umpire didn't debate it. And the players that went up in tumultuous appeal did not debate that too. But he certainly was going across the line. And a judge leg before. 13 runs on the board. And they just seem to be losing more and more. And with the run rate that's now gone up to 10.83, it doesn't look a good sight.
Yes, cinnamon pieces once again, 13 for 3. And really the batsmen just seem to be struggling. Still needing to get 65 from 36 deliveries. As we see the captain, Micah Narayan, comes in to take strike. And Moses finished with 1 for 8 in his 2 overs. Hassan Jackson picking up 2 wickets for 3 runs in his 2 overs.
Well, Fletcher must be pleased with the performance of his bowlers.
Yes, and again, aided by probably some individual shots. Batsman again hitting across the line. This one keeping low. Again, Joseph picking it up from this end. First delivery. And this is one of the few deliveries we have seen kept that low.
There seemed to be an area there, Rifel, an area that seemed, when you hit that area, they tend to keep a little low. And just a little to the right, when you hit that area, just seemed to be bouncing a little more too. So, interesting that.
Sheldon Joseph. And this one is push on the offside and they go through for a quick single. Carmichael, they just seem to be pushing on the offside slowly. And they pick up a single.
Well, he's got to play a captain's knock here now, right? Important innings for him and important innings for Cinnamon Pacers as a whole.
Yeah, found themselves really in another difficult situation. First delivery, he's going to drive. Good ball that leaves the right-handed batsman. And we have seen Joseph bringing in the ball and to the left-handed batsman, making it leave the left-handed batsman. This one left the right-handed batter in Narayan. So has shown the ability to move both ways.
Yeah, he was hoping that ball will come into him. It went away.
Again, good delivery, slow delivery. Narayan was equal to this one as he pushed it back along the wicket.
Tightening the screws here, Sheldon Joseph. He's been a model of line and length so far. And the run rate has gone up for the first time to 12. Required run rate, that is.
64 needed from 30 deliveries, 32 deliveries remaining. Joseph Pitched up, Naren is swinging. Where does this one goes? Down to mid on, long on, and just feel I have to come across his right. Again, not getting hold of the slow delivery. Naren looking for the big drive. Not getting hold of it, but picked up a single in the process.
Maybe it was good that he didn't get hold of it. Might have gone deeper.
So he's off the mark with one. The left-handed T10 Carmichael. As we see. Again, slow delivery past the keeper, and this is going to run down to the boundary, and it's going to go down to the boundary for 4 byes.
Yes, difficult take there for Benjamin, but one that the coaches will tell you that you've got to get your body behind. And it dropped just before getting to him and went all the way down to the boundary. But welcome runs for Cinnamon Pacers.
19 for 3 after 5 was. But I agree this was a difficult one for him. It was slow one, it dropped. And like an off spinner, I really moved away from him. Made it very difficult. What? At 19 for 3 after 5 overs. We are at the midway part. Still 59 runs required from 30 deliveries. As you can see some spin from that southern end.
Yes, there is a threat of rain. Although admittedly, maybe not a huge threat, but just a little bit of a drizzle coming down, and it's gotten a little darker in recent times.
Yeah, overcast condition as Cyrus, leg spin of Cyrus, and this only looking this comes off maybe the pad and the run through for what would be. It just seemed to come off the bat.
Just the right move to bring on Cyrus, you think, Rico?
Well, I would think so. I think the pressure, with the pressure on, you want to bring your leg spinners who tend to bowl, a bad ball here and there. And this one is hit down to mid wicket again. Carmichael going for the big shot. Isaiah comes off the mid wicket boundary. So one more. It's 21 for 3 into the 6th over. As we see a slight drizzle, the groundsman is getting into the ready position. The leg spin of Daryl Cyrus. Just bringing along the backward point, just a little squarer. Again, quicker delivery, swing down to mid wicket. Where does this go? Just in front of the forward square leg fielder. One bounce. Narayan looking to clear that boundary. The left-handed T10 Carmichael comes back into strike. And Cyrus played straight to cover. Just a little hop and a jump as Cyrus delivers.
I love his approach. It really is a lovely approach. I like it.
Jump, and he's over the wicket. And this one is turned down to short fine. Again, they're going to pick up a single.
The Australian off-spinner Nathan Lyons tends to do that. So it's a very similar approach. Let's say Cyrus is similar to that of Lyons.
Yes, you're right. Really similar to what we see from the
So he would move in, and then there's a little hop right there, and completes his run in.
Okay, shortage delivery. Keep him a bit low. Cyrus pushing it through, and it completes his first over. Only going for 4 runs. So 23 for 3, and we have 6 overs completed, and they up against it.
Up against it. 13.75 is the required run rate. This is unacceptable. 3.83 after 6. So really, that slow going is snail-like going, and the pressure is really on to get to 13.75 as a required rate. That's going to be a big asking.
Yeah, we have to see some boundaries. We have to see with 4 overs remaining, it's 55 runs. for victory.
You've got to think about 14 off this over.
Joseph, and this one is again is hit hard down to the fielder at long off. Tate Carmichael, but only a single. 24 for 3.
Well, Narayan will have to pull something out of his experience bag.
Yeah, really would have to look to clear the boundaries. He needs some boundaries. As Moses, or Joseph rather, and it just again is hit down to long off. Keenan, Nutmeg Warriors will be happy with the singles. They will feel confident that they can defend at 77.
Fletcher has placed himself down at long off. Of course, you tend to want your best catchers down on the boundary at this stage of the innings.
Again, Carmichael is driving. Again, not getting hold of it. The ball goes slowly down to the middle fielder.
But good idea here by Joseph. It was slow and wide-ish, so he didn't cue that all that well. Well bowled, I thought.
Oh, the right-handed Narayan comes back into strike, and he's hitting this one. Where does this go? High in the air. Fletcher is moving around. Gets into position, takes a beautiful catch. And Narayan goes. Again, trying to clear the offside field. And Cinnamon Pieces has lost their 4th wicket. 26 for 4.
Well, that was hit down to a wide-ish long off, and Fletcher came around. Well, we've seen him take some really stunning catches, not so much in this tournament, but of course internationally. And he never looked like dropping that at all. Kept his eyes on the ball very well and pulled off a very good catch indeed, because in the end he had to sort of dive across to his left and pulled off a good catch.
But it has been good bowling by Joseph, and you could see there was a set plan. And, bowling the slower deliveries. Again, this one was a slower delivery, wide out the off stump. Narayan really was not able to get across and really going to hit it over long off. Didn't get bat onto it. And Fletcher coming on and take an easy catch. Carmichael again could only play it back on the wicket again. No timing.
Pace of the ball.
And makes it so difficult. Again, good bowling by Joseph. He's in his 2nd over and he picked up 1 for 5. Really not giving much. Using a lot of variation.
You cannot call this a fascinating match at all.
As he's down the track and hit this high in the air. Someone is going to get close to it. Isaiah Thomas dropped it. And just goes over the ropes of 4. Really a bad miss. Really, you could see that probably came in a little bit too much.
No, yeah, it's an interesting refill. Interesting, because now let's look at the replay, and I'll describe this, because he took the catch. Look at it; it's in his hand. In his hand, never seemed to have lost control except when he begins to go down. Now, when he went down, it looked a little comical in the end. That's when the ball popped out of his hand, dribbled over the rope, and you could see him really scrambling like a little boy who has just lost his toy and he's trying to see how he can regain it.
Yeah, it was superb camera work there by the cameraman there. We could have seen him as we look at it again, as he probably came in a little bit too much and then have to go back. But as you
that must be a blooper moment. I would love to see that during the rest of the day. How he was, you could see the desperation, as if he's on the beach. Really, just trying to swim his way out into the water. It was quite an interesting, rather hilarious piece of fielding there.
Akim Alexis, first delivery, pushed back on the outside. Chad Charles. No run.
I'm still giggling over it.
Really good work by the cameraman. I think he would have come in a bit too much first up. But he came back, he got both hands to it, and I think with the momentum, this is it. A short delivery. Chad Charles again. Not timing it, not placing it. Just hit straight to cover. 48 required from 16 deliveries. This is down the leg side, signal a wide. Akim Alexis coming between the umpire and the stumps, bowling around the wicket to the left-handed Chad Child. For this delivery again is a little bit on the leg side, played down to mid-wicket. Isaiah Simon coming in off the boundary.
Yeah, but he's such an effervescent fieldsman. He loves fielding. Maybe he thinks that he can just be on a team just to field. He's a live wire on this Nutmeg Warriors fielding team.
Yes, he do enjoy his fielding. Carmichael again looking to reverse sweep, get himself in with awkward position, get it down to the short third man, and he picks up another single. But cinnamon pieces need a lot more than singles. Really need to be getting the boundaries. Just 14 deliveries left. Alexis around the wicket to Charles again. Timing it as it goes down to long off. And the batsman ambles another single. Cinnamon pieces really have been strangled. We just about completing the 8 over. 34 for 4. Charles again played on the onset, and again it's only a single. Alexis complete his first over, only going for 3, and at the end of 8 overs, really in a sore position. 35 for 4.
Yeah, this has been an ugly game. That's probably the best way I can put it. Rather ugly. Both teams not performing very well indeed, and you would think that 70-odd scored by Nutmeg Warriors, a fine opportunity for Cinnamon Pacers to overhaul it. It started badly by Athanaze being given out caught behind, didn't look as though he played it at all, and from since then everything has fallen down. The current run rate 4.38, the required run rate is almost 22.
So we are into the 9th over. Cyrus, and he pick it up from this northern end. And he'll be bowling to Tate Carmichael. And he's looking, this comes off the edge, and yes, he's going to be the third man. He's going to run close to the boundary, but it's stopped just inside the boundary, and the batsman come back for 2. But I don't think they have much of a choice now. They have to try to get up as quickly as possible with 40 runs required from 11 deliveries.
Yeah, go with all guns blazing now. Why shouldn't they?
37 for 4. The left-handed Tate Carmichael, as we see the backward square, more mid-wicket on the boundary. Short delivery, made no contact.
Just something about Cyrus that I like. I like his approach to the wicket. Seemed to be a very confident leg spinner.
This is driven straight back. Cyrus not able to hold on there. We were not expecting this one. They struck firmly back.
Raphael, you've got to expect it. You just have to expect it. No, you've got to take that. You've got to take that.
Short ball played on the offside, and again another single.
Yeah, the good cricketers are the ones who are most alert. When you're bowling, you've got some fielders to back you up, 10 of them, but you yourself, you've got your responsibility, because some are going to come back in your direction. Not all will go in other fielders' directions. Some are going to come back to you on the ground, others airborne.
So Chad Charles going to face Cyrus. 38 for 4 in the 9th over. Cyrus to Charles, and he can only succeed in hitting it back to the bowler.
Like that, came back to him, and came back quickly, but he was alert this time.
Yeah. Cinnamon Peters continue to struggle. Really has been some dismal batting, quicker deliveries. This one is swing down to mid-wicket. The fielder comes off the boundary. And you're able to pick up a single. At the end of the 9th over, Cyrus 2 overs, just conceded 8 runs. As we see the rain just begin to come again, sprinkling. The groundsmen just still seem to be, satisfied that it will be okay. But
it's a little heavier this time, though, Rapel.
Yeah, at the end of 9 overs, 39 for 4 at the end of 9 overs. Let's see what the umpire is going to do. There's no movement. Still, groundsmen seem to be confident that they can continue.
Just 1 over remaining.
So the final over. Akim Alexis to Chad Charles. Again, this one is played down to that backward square position. They pick up 2 runs.
Great work there by Simon, coming around, covering about 40, 50 yards.
41 it is for 4. 5 deliveries left. Another dismal batting display by Cinnamon Pacers. As Alexis around the wicket, Charles down the wicket, looking to hit and missed Tom there. Benjamin not collecting there.
That should have been gone.
Charles looking for the big hit. Well, with just 4 deliveries left, so again Charles is swinging this one that goes down to mid wicket and it beats the mid wicket fielder and that goes down over the boundary for 4.
Welcome boundary. Not that it is decisive at all, but it split bisected the both fielders down there. One at deep mid wicket and wideish long on.
45 for 4. So probably they would cross the lowest score. It's now level. 45 for 4. Just 3 deliveries left.
What's more? 3.
Again, this one is hit down to mid wicket. The fielder on the long on boundary comes off and they pick up another run. So the score moves by 1, 46. 2 deliveries left. Again, only being able to hit straight to cover is Carmichael there. And certainly another impressive victory by Nutmeg Warriors. Just beginning to come a bit, but just 1 delivery left. And Charles is bowl again, swinging right across it. And they ended with 47 for 5 after 10 overs. And really has been a dismal display of batting again, once again by the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, they've got only themselves to be blamed. It was not a big total. They did what they were supposed to do in when they were bowling, and a fine opportunity they had really to chalk up an important victory here. In the end, it didn't cross over the line, so to speak. So Cinnamon Pacers dismissed for 47, 47 for 5 after their 10. I beg your pardon about that one. And we will, in fact, give you the details in regards to the scorecard. Nutmeg Warriors, they've won by 31 runs. Of course, we'll let you know the man of the match shortly. But just to give you some details in regards to the scorecard, which really is a very sorry sight. Alec Athanaeus was caught wicketkeeper Benjamin of the bowling of Jackson without scoring, just a 1 ball, and that was, in my opinion, a big setback there for Cinnamon Pacers. He looked rather disconsolate. It didn't seem as though he played it. We had the benefit of the replay here that suggested that there was daylight between the bat and the ball. Well, whatever the case is, the umpire ruled that he was out. Desmond Maloney was caught Cyrus of the bowling of Jackson. He went for 1. David Hazard was leg before to Moses for 2. Carmichael not out. That stayed Carmichael not out 19. And so it turned out to be as I said, a really dismal performance. Michael Narine couldn't play a skipper's knock today at all. He was bowled by Joseph for 4. Chad Charles bowled there by Alexis for 10, just was dismissed, and Jamie Buddy was not out, no score. So they were able to muster 45 for 5. The extras, 11, rather healthy, being the second top scorer. 2 leg byes, 9 wides in the process. And so they did have extra deliveries, which they really did not capitalize on at all. Let's look at the bowling analysis. For Haston Jackson, 2 overs, no maidens, picked up 2 for 3. Alexis Moses, 1 for 8 of 2. Sheldon Joseph, 1 for 9 of 2. Darrell Cyrus, none for 8 of 2. He didn't open the bowling this time around. Akeem Alexis, 2 overs, no maidens, and he picked up 1 for 12. So that's the bowling analysis here in this particular encounter. So the news is that they have the Nutmeg Warriors. They've defeated the Cinnamon Pacers. Not the best game by both teams. Neither of these two teams played very well. But Nutmeg's innings, well, Mitchell had 21 of 19, Jackson 10 of 10, and Joseph 9 of 5, McDonald 7 of 10. Those were the main contributors. Don't forget that Narine picked up 3 for 9, Buddy had 2 for 12, and Darren Hippolyte 1 for 21. Arthurnes picked up a lone wicket for 11 runs. So the Nutmeg Warriors, well, they've won this by some 30 runs, and it never looked as though they were going to win, at least not by such a handsome margin. Let's give you the lineup. We're going to wait until we see the Man of the Match award, but just to remind you that a little later on at 11:45, Ginger Generals will be coming up against Bayleaf Blasters. That's our second match. And then later on this afternoon at 2:30, Saffron Strikers will be coming up against Clove Challengers. So that's the lineup we have for a little bit later. We're awaiting Rifle Crony, who's going to be having the man of the match. And so far, well, today we've had some rain, not enough to run off the players, but the covers are on just on the offside of the square there, and the light roller is being used just to freshen up the pitch a bit, but I guess the cover is there just in case there's any little drizzle. But looking just to the left across there, it looks very bright and rather clear, so I don't think there's any real threat. And with one game already gone, then I think it should be a good picture for us to have 2 good matches coming up ahead. So we're still just waiting to see if we can get the man of the match. It's going to be interesting as to who the man of the match would be, and we'll have to wait until that is being adjudicated. But I believe that both teams would be very disappointed in their performance. Nutmeg Warriors, they didn't have a good match at all. Their batting really was atrocious. I think the top half of the Nutmeg batsmen, they did a really poor job. I think both Regis and Fletcher would chide themselves not having played very good shots at all. But then getting up to the 70 mark, we felt that it was a working total, and it turned out to be even better than a working total. And Cinnamon Pacers, they were able to get only up to 47 for 5. Just to let our listeners know and our viewers know that tomorrow, God's willing, will be featuring former West Indies and St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Windward Islands fast bowler in Cameron Coffey. Cameron Coffey there is up there in New York, and he graciously consented to have a bit of a talk with us tomorrow. God's willing, we'll be talking about his career as a whole, where he started, and he is playing for the Windward Islands, and some of his glory days and some of his great moments. So that's going to be coming up tomorrow, God's willing. We're not sure exactly at what time, but we certainly would alert you as to what time that's going to be. And it'll be nice to have Cameron, good old Cameron Coffey, tall fast bowler from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I think he was about 6'7", 6'8", thereabout, and played with distinction over the years for the Windward Islands, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also the West Indies. So we're just still awaiting for the man of the match presentation, and soon, of course, as we get that out of the way, then we'll be preparing for our next match, which is at 11:45. That's not too long from now. That's the next 22 minutes, and that will be the Ginger Generals coming up against the Bayleaf Blasters. And also a little later on we'll be hearing the voice of John Eugene, who's going to be up here in the commentary booth. He's doing very well as a commentator. I don't know if sometime he'll take up this very important position in the commentary booth. He seemed to enjoy what he's doing, so maybe a little later on, not maybe, we certainly would hear him. So let's go downstairs for the Man of the Match award.
Okay, this morning at the end of match 14, we have the Nutmeg Warriors coming out victorious over the Cinnamon Pacers, and today's Man of the Match presentation would be conducted by Mr. Carl Felix. The man of the match for today's match goes to Hassan Jackson of the Nutmeg Warriors.
Hassan, congratulations and thanks. Best wishes for your other games. Thanks.
Okay, good morning, Hassan. Today we saw an uncharacteristic start for the Nutmeg Warriors with some early wickets falling. And then you were able to come in the bowling attack and secure 2 wickets for just 3 runs. Tell us about that today.
Well, for the longest while we was looking to hit the wicket hard, and I go out there, work with the skipper's plan, and he's come out successful.
Okay, and how do you feel about your bowling figures? 2 wickets for only 3 runs.
Well, for the past time I was working really hard, training, and you work out well, so I feel really good about it.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations and all the best for the remainder of the tournament.
Thanks.
So, Man of the Match award there, Hassan Jackson, and he bowled very, very well indeed, ensuring that Nutmeg Warriors got their victory. So, coming up in just about 21 minutes' time, it would be Ginger Generals against the Bayleaf Blasters. And when that match is about to begin, we'll be on hand to give you a little bit of a pre-match review and to bring you also the broadcast. See you then.